my cat is just kind of looking at me, kind of saying, well, he's not even looking at me. He's just kind of, kazoo. Yeah, he's like half asleep. All right, so he's not paying attention. So anyway, Ebola. I don't know if you can see the cat. So you can see him. The big gray blob in the middle. Okay, so Ebola. Looks like Canada's sending the a second experimental kind of vaccine that the World Health Organization says, okay, yeah, we're going to try it no matter what. It's like we're desperate right now, and we're going to try it. Really? You have to? Okay, interrupting my video. Okay, go on. Yeah. So anyway, they're trying that. Over 1,800 people have it right now that they know of, and about 1,069, I think, is the last reported number that I heard. I'm going to do what my dog and cats do and just sit there and make a bunch of blobs staring out the window. But anyway, it is very uncomfortable. So there's other disturbing things that I've heard. In Atlanta, they were trying to figure out how they were getting rid of the bile. Now, whether this is just propaganda or fear-mongering, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt, because I can't prove it. But apparently a lot of the bile just gets dumped into, the regular treatment plants. I can't see that being true. But if it is, then that's pretty terrifying, going into mix in with whatever is down there in the treatment plant. In the sewers or whatever. Of Atlanta. So if we see a zombie apocalypse or Ebola apocalypse happen in Atlanta, we'll know where it came from. But I don't know if that's true. Now, apparently there was another thing that came out of Atlanta saying that there was 150 people had Ebola, and then they said, no, it's just a hoax. So, again, they wouldn't tell you if it was true anyway. But the bottom line is this is the worst Ebola breakout in history. Originating back in '76, but the thing is that you have to understand is that this definitely isn't the Spanish flu. But however, with the open U.S. border, all illegals, being sent to places where the CDC's, able to deal with that kind of thing, and just the idea that it takes the ZMapp, okay, which they only had like 2 vials of it, and they basically gave it to these 2 doctors. It takes months to be able to get the tobacco extract out to be able to use it. So if we do hit a pandemic, I mean, we're screwed. Like, there's nothing. There's no cure for this thing. However, the thing that is more alarming, okay, it went from a 91% kill ratio down to about a 60% kill ratio in this batch. Which sounds, well, that's an improvement, right? No, actually it's worse, because it seems like it's taking longer, okay, to incubate, meaning you have more chance of actual getting it because it can stay alive longer. It's not as lethal, but it's not burning itself out as quickly either, which is, means the virus is actually turning into something. Now, this is the disturbing part. Well, what part of Ebola is not disturbing? CDC comes out and says, and I got this from the X-22 report, that their definitions of contracting it is changed, where basically, if you're within 3 feet for an exposed amount of time of the person, you will get it. So it means it's airborne somehow. It's got to be airborne. To me, I can't see it not. How did these doctors get it? Yeah, some of these doctors don't take all the precautions. And I mean, again, if it's on everything, how could you not get it? Is probably an easier thing, to say how would you not get it? And I think it's something like 178 doctors have gotten it, and a lot of them have died so far. Now, who's going to get this new magic serum coming from Canada here? They said, well, because there's so little of it, that they're most likely going to give it to doctors and stuff like that, the people who are treating it, because it's, kind of, you can give it to, the little people, but then the problem is that those little people can't help anybody. So maybe, save the medical workers first. I know it sounds unfair, but unfair versus unlogical. They're using an experimental vaccine. It hasn't went human testing yet, no human trials. Which, that's the scary part, because I could see this leading into stuff that, well, we're going to give people vaccines. We haven't done human trials yet on them, but we're going to force vaccines on people. I guess see the potential for disaster there. Now, if you're doing it willingly, that's one thing, but if you're forced, that's another. So we'll have to be, vigilant on that. So that's some of the scary things. So if you're within 3 feet of somebody with Ebola, you could possibly catch it. That suggests to me it's some sort of airborne. Like, I mean, who knows, you know? And again, the argument of the tomato, what's considered airborne, you know, clinical version of airborne versus, you know, at the end of the result, the simple yes or no answer, can you catch it easily from somebody who has it? And it seems like yes. And the thing was, and again, this is what I hate about doctors and experts and stuff like that, because they get, okay, well, this is the facts, this is it, and then and it never changes until it does, right? We don't keep open minds. At first it was, you can't catch it until you show symptoms. Now it's, well, it seems like people are catching it before they show the symptoms. It's not airborne. Well, but if you're around somebody within 3 feet of them and they have it and you're there for, they don't say what a prolonged amount of time. Is that, what, 2 minutes, 18 minutes, 3 days? What is it? I don't know. They don't say. But bottom line, can you easily catch it from somebody? Yes. So the potential for this spreading like wildfire, I think, is a lot, you know, a lot more potential than people give it credit for. So I guess I'm going to keep this a very simple update. My dog looks bored. You bored? I mean, you're doing a lot of barking. I don't know if my cat's... Yeah, see, my dog's so fat, she blocks out my big fat cat. You just kind of sitting there, and now she's chewing on herself. And, yeah, but anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. So rate, subscribe, share, comment, like. Lacey, don't you bark. Not even once. You wouldn't dare. You're not bored, are you? Is you bored? You guys ain't bored, are you? Are you telling me I'm a boring owner? Can't wait. Just can't wait. Anyway, rate, subscribe, share, comment, and like. G'day, and welcome. I had to be plugged into the wall. My cat is just kind of looking at me, kind of saying, well, he's not even looking at me. He's just kind of, zoo. Yeah, he's like half asleep. All right, so he's not paying attention. So anyway, ebola. I don't know if you can see the cat. Just so you can see him. The big gray blob in the middle. Okay, so ebola. Looks like Canada's sending the a second experimental kind of vaccine that the World Health Organization says, okay, yeah, we're going to try it no matter what. It's like we're desperate right now, and we're going to try it. Really? You have to? Okay, interrupting my video. Okay, go on. Yeah. So anyway, they're trying that. Over 1,800 people have it right now that they know of, and about 1,069, I think, is the last